the teams, and the topics important to you, the sports fan in Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. He is Kravitz, Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports media, the prodigy of production primetime. Jaden Grimes is the executive producer, the man who puts the go into the show is what he does. We are coming to you live from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all points in between on the iHeart Radio app, and we're also on the YouTube machine so you can watch us as well as listen to us. We want to hear from you throughout the course of our 3-hour show. 3-hour show, a 3-hour show. You don't even know where that comes from.
Yes, I do.
Where?
Yes, I do.
Huh?
That's Gilligan's Island.
There you go. Wow.
Nothing will run off our young listeners, what few young listeners we have, quite like a Gilligan's Island reference.
Primetime, you had no idea, right?
That's the island where they get stranded on the TV show. Yes, I know the show.
Okay, the theme song is 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. Then the storm comes. Yep.
Yeah, overrated.
Yeah. All right. We have a lot to talk about today. You can communicate with us. You can hit us up on the Mills Air text line 50857 or jump into the Rage Cage. Press that talk back microphone, that little red microphone at the top of the page on the iHeart app. We call it the Rage Cage. You can rage away, record a hot take, and send it in to us, and we will play the best of those later in the show. Kravs, you ready for the big game tonight?
I think so. It depends. I don't usually cheer for a healthy or lack thereof injury report from the opposition. I like to see the Magic go up against the best, but I don't really want to sit through this. The Thunder at full strength, and their injury report's looking like a CVS receipt right now.
Their injury report's always like that. Don't they always put everybody questionable? Aren't they like Bill Belichick?
Yeah, but it feels different tonight.
Okay. All right.
It feels different. The line would suggest that some players are missing.
Oh, okay.
In action, but we'll see. That can always change.
What is the line?
It's 8 right now,
Ooh.
and that should definitely be double digits, and it's not. And so I think that's telling.
Well, let's get to the highlights and headlines then. Since we're talking about it, let's start with the Magic. After a disappointing loss on Sunday night to San Antonio, obviously it doesn't get any easier for the Magic, who tonight make their lone regular season trip to OKC to take on the defending champion Thunder. As Kravitz mentioned, the Thunder could have some players missing, SGA among them. The defending league MVP, Oklahoma City, has gone 21-4 at home this season. They lead the league in scoring at 120.3 points per game. Franz Wagner of the Magic will miss his 7th straight game with the injury management on that high ankle sprain that originally caused him to miss 16 games. Kravitz, are the Magic in their current form capable of beating OKC?
OKC at full strength, I do not think the Magic are. Obviously, anything can happen, so that cliche aside, right. I do not think the Magic in their current form are good enough to beat OKC healthy and locked in, but they're not, and I think they're going to be missing a couple of guys. They're definitely missing Jalen Williams. He's out. That's one of their best players.
Right.
Hartenstein is questionable. Chet Holmgren is a game-time decision, and the most important of all of them, SGA, is dealing with a finger sprain. And usually I would look at this and go, these guys are going to play. Yeah, you think he jammed his finger or something.
Beautiful.
But this is before the All-Star break. This is around the time when NBA teams go, you know what, let's just pack it in, get to the break. It's right before the trade deadline, so you don't know who's in trade talks. If they're even considering, I don't think that the guys that we just mentioned are, but just think about this across the league. If anybody's even thought of or discussed in a trade and they have any injury, you're not seeing them out on the basketball court. So this is a very strange time of year when it comes to that. Here's the thing, though. OKC has been a little wobbly lately. They've lost 3 of their last 5 games, and that includes losses to
Didn't Charlotte go in there and beat them?
Charlotte beat them. That was not within this time frame, but yeah, that's within the last month. Charlotte went in and beat them. They lost to the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are terrible.
Right.
So
Maybe. All right.
it's a maybe, but somebody of relevance has to be missing in action. Otherwise, this Magic team just does not have the pop offensively to score with OKC, and I fear that we are looking at a sub 100-point game if the key components are there for the Thunder.
Well, I'll be watching the Magic game on FanDuel tonight, but who knows how much longer I'll be watching the Magic games on FanDuel, because FanDuel and their parent company are bankrupt right now. In fact, 6 Major League Baseball teams officially left their regional sports network, again owned by Main Street Sports, which owns FanDuel. So 6 Major League teams have bolted. A handful of other Major League Baseball teams have bolted. The Magic, I've heard, did not get their latest payment from FanDuel. So the Magic may not be on FanDuel for the rest of this season, Kravitz. So what are the Magic going to do? They have contingency plans. We know that. But, you know, I've heard they could go on a streaming service. They could go on the NFL League Pass.
Well, NFL League Pass would be, that would be awesome.
NBA League Pass.
Get the Red Zone channel going.
Absolutely.
Scott Hansen will start doing the play-by-play. Yeah. I think the most obvious correction, of course, for where they're at right now is to put them on League Pass, which they are already on for the rest of the country.
Right.
We're just talking about if you get NBA League Pass, which I have it, if you have League Pass, you can watch any out-of-market game with that subscription. The only one that has a blackout every single day of the week when they play is your local team, because they want you going to that other affiliate and paying money.
So they
to
could
them.
lift that blackout.
So they could lift that blackout, and then I would assume they're not just going to lift it and go, here you go, this is part of your League Pass now for $16.99 a month. They're going to tack on a charge. That's probably going to be somewhere between $10 to $15. So if you are already paying for League Pass and you want to add the Magic in Orlando, you'd probably be looking at around $30 to $35 a month. I'm guessing that's
you know what? I think the Magic, because it's not a whole season, it'll probably end up only being, the last, 20, 30 games of the season. I think the Magic are going to say, you know what? We'll take care of it. We'll take care of it. Let our fans watch us for free. Think of the goodwill. Huh?
Didn't they put this in the hands of the NBA, though?
I don't know.
I think they put this in the hands of the NBA, and the NBA is not going to give you anything for free. But I hope they decide to do that. That would be the altruistic thing to do.
Roger Goodell had his big pre-Super Bowl news conference last night in Santa Clara. He said he does not expect Bad Bunny to say anything divisive during his Super Bowl halftime performance. Obviously, the Puerto Rican musician won the Album of the Year at the Grammys and made news when he accepted the award and criticized President Donald Trump's administration for its dramatic expansion of immigration arrests. Here was Roger Goodell talking about Bad Bunny.
And I think everybody would want to listen. Bad Bunny and I think that was demonstrated last night, one of the great artists in the world. And that's one of the reasons we chose him. But the other reason is he understood the platform he was on, and that the platform is used to unite people and to be able to bring people together with their creativity, with their talents, and to be able to use this moment to do that. And I think artists in the past have done that. I think Bad Bunny understands that, and I think he'll have a great performance.
Buying what Goodell is selling, that Bad Bunny's going to be a good boy?
You don't get it.
You think Bad Bunny's going to be a good bunny?
You don't get in bed with somebody with the first name Bad and then expect good things to happen, okay? His name isn't politically correct, Bunny.
It's not Good Bunny?
It's Bad Bunny. He's going to do something bad. It's in his name. Probably going to hop around, too. It's the other part of his name. Pretty sure that's the way this works.
He's going to be like Mr. Iguana out there, huh?
Mr. Iguana makes an appearance at the halftime show. The Kravitz household is going crazy.
Wow. Real quick, the trade deadline hasn't even hit yet. We have a major trade in the NBA. Jaren Jackson Jr. traded from the Memphis Grizzlies to the Utah Jazz as part of a 7-player trade. Memphis gets 3 first-round draft picks. They also get former Gator Walter Clayton Jr., former UCF Knight Taylor Hendricks, and a couple of other players. Kravitz, is Memphis just totally rebuilding now? And why did they trade Jackson before Ja Morant?
Market. They could trade Jaren Jackson Jr. because other teams want Jaren Jackson Jr. He's one of the best defensive players in the league. He's not a head case. You can just plug him into your plan and not worry about it. Ja Morant, trading for him is an investment in believing that you can alter the framework of his mind. And it's really tough for franchises around the league to enter into a relationship with someone they don't feel like they can trust. And his game isn't really conducive to today's NBA, where you want your guards to be able to shoot threes routinely, and he's not great at that. He's a really good player, but it comes down to the personality and the character more than anything else. I looked at this and thought Walter Clayton was just a throw-in at first. The more I read on this, it sounds like they viewed him as one of the anchor pieces of this trade. Like, this is a great opportunity for Walter Clayton Jr. He wasn't even really playing in Utah. I think they're going to give him an opportunity, a little bit of a runway, to be the point guard of the Memphis Grizzlies. This could be a huge opportunity for him to actually make his name as an
And plus,
NBA
they're
guy.
in tank mode too, so they don't really care if they win, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. So,
Right.
but that's the opportunity.
Right.
They throw the young guy out there and go, "You be the point guard." Well, what if he's awesome? Then he can be their point guard of the future. And it's like a team that rushes out that quarterback. They're just, we're going to take a look at Quinn Ewers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll lose. Who cares?
We'll take a
We'll
look
get
at
better
Shedeur
pick.
Sanders, right? Right? He's Shedeur Sanders? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah. Okay. All right, those are your highlights and headlines.
Up next, does Emmitt Smith deserve a seat at the Gators table? We'll dig into that topic and hear from Emmitt himself after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. That's dollar. DOLLAR. Enter it now at 969thegame.com and answer your phone if they call. Good luck.
You know, in sports, equipment matters. The right gear can be the difference between winning and losing. Just ask NASCAR driver and former Daytona 500 winner Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's going to be on our show later in the day today. He'll tell you, you need good equipment. Air conditioning works the same way. Quality systems and proper installation make all the difference. That's why I trust Ziegler Air Conditioning. They're a carrier and factory authorized dealer, which means top tier equipment, strong warranties, and access to better rebates. They've been cooling and heating Central Florida for 40 years, and they know what works. They installed my system. They continue to maintain it so it runs efficiently. That protects my investment, lowers energy bills, and reduces breakdowns when you need it most. Like the weekend during the summer when it's going to be down in the when it was down in the up in the 90s. Couldn't get anybody to come over until I said, you know what, let me just call Ziegler Air Conditioning, and boom, they were there in a minute. When my AC fails, I always call Ziegler, and they respond quickly. You don't earn factory authorization for the last 4 decades by cutting corners. Give them a call, 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need more than just a sign in the yard. You need a pro who knows the market, knows the process, and knows how to fight for you. That's why I trust Kevin Krager with LPT Realty. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, cutting-edge real estate technology. But what truly sets him apart, it's Kevin's strong background in construction. He knows what to look for so that you don't end up in a money pit. Owning a home should be an asset, but it only is if you know what you're doing and if you have somebody on your side that can help you with the process. From foundation to roof line, he's focused on protecting your investment every step of the way, and even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades that you may want, all at cost to his wonderful clients. So if you want more than just an agent, if you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, call Kevin Krager with LPT Realty today. Your future home will thank you.
Still working on clearing an accident. Tractor trailer disabled there. I-4 eastbound. The on-ramp from Monroe Road is closed. Accident blocking the right shoulder. 408 westbound at exit 10 I-4. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Staples has hot deals and super low prices on everything for your business. And right now, brand your business at Staples with up to 30% off custom labels. Exclusions apply. Shop Staples in-store, online, or in the app. Ends April 18th. Visit staples.com/print for details.
If you care about predictions, you care about props. And for the upcoming big game, nobody does props like BetOnline. For years, BetOnline has been providing big game markets, sharp odds, and player props built for fans who see the game before it happens. From the opening kickoff to the final whistle, BetOnline delivers live in-game action, instant updates, and in-game props. Prediction markets follow the conversation. BetOnline defines it. BetOnline. The game starts here.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation. Wait at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Friday, kick off the Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy.
USA, we are ready to roll.
Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock.
It all comes down to this: Seattle versus New England. And now you can trade on football legally in Florida on Kalshi. Right now, New England is trading at 33% to win. That means a $100 trade pays out $289 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the odds change, you can buy in and out of your position all game long. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code iHeart to get $20 when you trade 100. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
If you want your windows, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/fast. That's ethos.com/fast.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We are Orlando sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Starting Friday, iHeartRadio will be live from Italy with NBC's coverage of the Milan Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics. 24 hours a day, listen to live coverage of skiing, snowboarding, hockey, figure skating, and all your favorite winter sports. Plus Team USA exclusive coverage from Northern Italy. Bring the Winter Games with you from your phone to your car, on your Alexa, wherever you listen. Open the free iHeart app, search Olympics, and listen. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympics.
Spice up the big game with a hot box from Dave's Hot Chicken.
This is the Beat of Sports.
We make a big deal about bowl records every year for conferences. I think it's a dumb exercise. It doesn't tell you who's a better conference. It doesn't tell you who's not good, because what the bowls have become, it's an unfair measurement. Some games, teams have few opt-outs and they care and they want to win. Some games, the team is missing 10, 15, 20 guys, don't want to be there, and lost their starting quarterback, running back. What are we measuring? But here's what I do believe about the SEC. I've said it the last few years, and now I think there's more to add. I still believe week in and week out of an 8, soon-to-be 9-game schedule of the SEC is a grind. I do think it's a gauntlet sometimes. Schedules evolve. One you think is tough is not as tough, but what's happened in the SEC, other people can spend money. That's it, man. You can spend this any way you want.
Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader. Wednesday, UCF Hoops on The Game as the Knights battle Big 12 rival Houston. Tip time is 7 p.m. Hear every minute on your exclusive home for UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app.
What's up, everybody? This is Emmitt Smith.
Smith up the middle. Bounces at the 10, to the 5, up to the right, up to the left. Oh, no! Emmitt Smith.
You're listening to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
So I was out at the LPGA Tournament of Champions, hobnobbing with the celebs, and one of the first players, former players, to sit at my table was Gator legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer, Emmitt Smith. A pinch myself moment as a sports fan that became a sports fanatic right around the time that Emmitt Smith was arguably the most popular football player in America.
Yeah.
And was, without a doubt, if I had my, okay, Brandon, your childhood, you're 10 years old, your Mount Rushmore of influential athletes for my life, Emmitt Smith is on that Mount Rushmore, no questions asked.
Oh, okay.
Michael Jordan, Cal Ripken Jr., Emmitt Smith, and then the fourth is debatable, maybe Ken Griffey Jr., someone like that.
Hulk Hogan.
If I was leaving wrestlers out of it, but yes, Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior. So it was awesome to be able to sit down and chat with him. I thought I was going to be way more nervous than I was, but thankfully I was able to keep my composure. And I did ask him about the Gators hiring John Sumrall. I figured, hey, he went to Florida. Right. He's going to have a pretty clean response on this and nothing controversial. Not that I didn't ask so that I wouldn't get controversy. I was just getting the conversation started, and then he said this.
While I got you, how plugged in are you with Florida Gator football still? I think I still see you every once in a while commenting on what's going on around the program. They got a new coach, John Sumrall.
I'm not plugged in the way that I would love to be plugged in, to be able to have a voice at the table. I would love to have a voice at the table, but they haven't really given me that opportunity. However, from afar watching, I think the new coach coming in, my own assessment would be that if he can make Tulane what Tulane was, with the talent that he actually had, he should be able to do a lot better here at the University of Florida.
Outside of the fact that Emmitt Smith was eating pretzels while he was answering
I was wondering what he was eating,
that makes no sense to me. Emmitt Smith is hands down the best NFL product to ever come out of Florida.
All-time leading rusher in the NFL, yeah.
So, it's hard to beat that.
Right.
And your program is at its best when it's recruiting top-end NFL-level talent.
Mm-hmm.
You would think having one of the greatest running backs in the history of the NFL anywhere near your offices as often as possible would be a positive to your program. He's a smart guy. He's got influence. He can get boosters all revved up who watched him play. Why would the Gators not give this guy a seat at the table if he wants to be there.
What do you mean a seat at the table? Like
what do I mean? What does he mean? He's the one that said it.
About like on the board of trustees. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by a seat at the table. Let me just give you a little background.
Well, let me answer your question because your background, I think, I think people really need to hear this, and it's probably going to take you a minute to explain.
Okay.
Steve Spurrier has an office at the facility.
Right.
That sounds like a seat at the table.
Yeah.
That your opinion is so important. You have your own office in the building. I think Emmitt Smith would, maybe not to that degree, but close to it. I think Steve Spurrier is the most important figure in Florida Gator football history. Emmitt Smith isn't that far behind, and I think probably wants to be treated like that.
Well, first of all, Steve Spurrier lives in Gainesville. Emmitt Smith lives in Dallas. So Steve Spurrier, actually, he has an office at the University of Florida. He goes to the office, okay? He goes to the office. He's a goodwill ambassador. He goes to booster functions, helps them raise money. I just knowing the background between Emmitt Smith and the University of Florida, I don't think Emmitt is going to have an office at the University of Florida and go into the office, 3-4 times a week. Let me just give you a little background.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Emmitt Smith is a great player at the University of Florida. He wants a seat at the table. You have to earn that seat at the table, in my mind. You can't just have been a great player and, hey, you get a seat at the table. You have to. Emmitt Smith has had a love-hate relationship with the Gators for, since he left Florida. He was a member of the inaugural Ring of Honor, along with Steve Spurrier, Danny Werfel, Jack Youngblood. He didn't show up for the Ring of Honor, certainly. The only player that didn't show up. He obviously went into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He gave a very long and gracious acceptance speech at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Never once did he mention the Gators or the University of Florida or thank the Gators in any way.
It is the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But.
Yeah, but he thanked his high school coaches and you know who Mr. Two Bits is?
Yeah.
Mr. Two Bits is the late great legendary Gator fan who would lead the famous Two Bits cheer.
Yeah, and they've an honorary Mr. Two Bits at all the home games.
Well, they asked Emmitt to be the honorary Two Bits. This was it last season or the year before. He wanted to know how much he was going to get paid to be the honorary Mr. Two Bits. Okay?
But he did it.
He did it, yeah.
Do you know if they paid him?
I don't know, but just last year, and here's the one that really irked the UF administration. Last year, all the universities in the state of Florida, by government order, shut down their diversity and equity programs at the behest of Governor Ron DeSantis. It wasn't a choice. You had to shut them down. So UF shut theirs down. Emmitt Smith put out a statement where he just barbecued the University of Florida and essentially told the black players to boycott the University of Florida. That didn't go over well with Billy Napier, the football program, the administration. So Emmitt hasn't exactly been a goodwill ambassador to the University of Florida. He skipped the Ring of Honor, the highest accolade you can have at the University of Florida. He wanted to get paid to be Mr. Two Bits, and he told black athletes not to go to Florida. So
is that it?
That's why. That's probably why he doesn't have a seat at the table. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, hey, he wants one, Florida. Okay. And his son, by the way, an opportunity to go to the University of Florida, chose Stanford.
Right.
But I think Emmitt wanted his son to play there. But interesting. Text in 50857. Let us know what you think.
I'd want my son to go to Stanford too. By the way,
well, I mean,
if my son's smart enough to get into Stanford,
right,
go there.
Exactly. Probably not a bad decision. More Game On coming up right after this.
Bianchi and Kravitz.
Do you want to feel like a younger version of yourself? How many times have I told you Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness is the place you need to go? It's not just your average testosterone clinic you see at the strip malls, right? It's led by Dr. John Carrazella. He's a Yale-trained expert, all right, with decades of medical experience. He was once an orthopedic surgeon. He got out of that because he wanted to dedicate his life to what really matters, making people feel good for the rest of their life. They'll do whatever you need done at Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. When your energy drops, your focus fades, when your performance slips, it doesn't just affect one part of your life. It hits everything, your workouts, your work, your confidence, and yes, your relationships. That's why I trust Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This isn't a pill mill or a testosterone drive-through. It's a full-service medical practice helping men optimize everything: hormones, blood flow, recovery, sexual performance, even weight loss. Get your edge back. Visit hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog. Tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. That's hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog.
Mental health is important to us all, and it's important to the Orlando Valkyries as well. This Sunday, we can all get together at an event that shines a spotlight on this important cause. Sunday, February 8th at 3 p.m. versus the Omaha Supernovas. It's Mental Health Awareness Night presented by Advent Health. Free Valkyrie stress ball to the first 1,000 fans. One of the league's most dynamic and fast-rising teams, the Orlando Valkyries, captured national attention, and they're right here in our backyard. Be part of the action, and we'll see you at the next match.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve. Plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
Hey sports fans, it's the Bulldog Mike Bianchi here to tell you about Don Mealy Chevrolet out in Claremont, your truck headquarters for 50 years. And right now you can score big and get 3.9% APR for 60 months on a brand new Chevy Silverado or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. Need something more family friendly? Drive home in a new Chevy Equinox with 3.9% APR for 60 months and no payments for 90 days. Visit Don Mealy Chevrolet today or online at donmealychevy.com. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. You think you know what's going to happen during the big game? Call it with DraftKings Predictions, a new app where you can predict outcomes on football's biggest game. Make real money predictions on the big game and put your money where your knowledge is. Pick a topic, make a prediction. Like, what will the total score be? Will the underdog cover? Which team will be lifting the trophy at the end? Then see if your big game smarts pay off. DraftKings Predictions is new and simple to use with big game trading. Available here in Florida.
Download now. New DraftKings Predictions customers get up to a $75 first trade bonus with promo code WYGM740. Don't just feel it, predict it with DraftKings Predictions. The crown is yours. DraftKings Predictions is a CFTC registered introducing broker. Event contract trading involves substantial risk of loss. One per new customer. Opt-in required. Non-withdrawable predictions dollars expire in 1 year. Ends February 8th, 2026. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. See terms at dkng.co/predictions promo.
It all comes down to this: Seattle versus New England. And now you can trade on football legally in Florida on Kalshi. Right now, New England is trading at 33% to win. That means a $100 trade pays out $289 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the odds change, you can buy in and out of your position all game long. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code iHeart to get $20 when you trade 100. KALSHI. 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 Trade on anything.
Guys, this Valentine's Day, surprise you with the most personal, most romantic, most meaningful gift ever. Jewelry from International Diamond Center. When you do, the folks at IDC make sure that you've got all the bases covered. Roses, chocolates, a gift card for a romantic dinner. It's the ultimate Valentine's bundle. At IDC, they've put together a special selection of ready-to-wear gifts from classics like diamond pendants and diamond earrings to stunning new creations from top bridal designers. Italian gold jewelry, rare gemstone jewelry. These are gifts that she will love forever. Let the experts at IDC make it easy. Spend as little as $199 and they'll give you the roses, chocolates, and a gift card for dinner. Or you can finance your Valentine's gift with 0 interest for 36 months. This Valentine's Day, let the experts at IDC show you how to say I love you louder than ever with a gift that shows how much you care. International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall Millennia. Shop online at shopadc.com. On approved credit, it's International Diamond Center.
Looking for a workout that doesn't feel like a workout? At Crush Yard, wellness is all about movement, connection, and fun, no matter your skill level. Whether you've never picked up a paddle or you play every week, pickleball gets your body moving and your stress levels down. Adding great food, refreshing drinks, and a social atmosphere, and it's wellness you actually want to show up for. Learn more at crushYard.com.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's plotty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This message is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Because if you're yelling Hut on Sundays, why not yell Pizza first?
There is one game of football left. That means you have one more week to score the Big New Yorker for just $10 from Pizza Hut. The Big New Yorker is Pizza Hut's biggest pizza for the biggest game.
It's big. So before the first Hut, pre-order the biggest pizza for the biggest game. Pre-order the Big New Yorker, and you're set for the whole game.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
Temps are finally on the rise across Central Florida. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. We still do have one more chilly night on the way. We're back into the upper 30s and lower 40s across the metro, but north and west of town, that's where we could sneak closer to the middle 30s, even lower 30s. A frost advisory is in play as we progress through 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning. May have to do a quick scrape of the car before you head out the door north and west of Orlando, but by Wednesday afternoon, we're right back into the lower to even middle 70s. We'll see a little more cloud cover ahead of a cold front that could bring some showers late Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
perfect parts that fit my car.
millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Listen to us on your smartphone. Listen to us whenever and wherever you want on iHeart Radio.
Tonight, the Magic travel to OKC to face off with the champion Thunder, with coverage beginning at 7:30 with Magic Tonight. Tip time is 8 p.m. Catch every minute right here on your exclusive home of Magic Basketball. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app.
Hey, what's up? It's Hammer Harrison with the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters, and you're listening to Game On with Bianchi Kravitz.
Why, thank you, Hammer Harrison. I just realized also that for the folks watching on the stream, I never put up the we're on commercial break, so you kind of just saw me just staring into the clouds for the last 7 minutes.
It's okay.
A little behind-the-scenes action over here on Game On.
As long as the audio was off.
Well, I don't think you said anything crazy. But yeah, the audio's off.
Okay.
Text in 50857. You can also hit us up in the Rage Cage. And if you do, you can win a pair of tickets to WJRR's Earth Day Birthday 26, coming back to the Central Florida Fairgrounds on March 21st. You want in? Rage Cage us. Hit us up on the well, you sound just like that. You hit us up first. No, not the first. Not the first.
Not the first. Not
the absolute best. And we'll give you a topic to chew on in a moment as well. But if you want to get going on Emmitt Smith or the Magic and their chances against OKC, you can do that as well. It is time for our daily coach quote.
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
And today's is about taking chances. Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. That is what I often tell myself before I bet a parlay. Go boldly where no man has gone before. I also found another one that I really liked. You can measure opportunity with the same yardstick that measures the risk involved.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
There's one.
I like that analysis. That was good. Yep.
Now, I was trying to think. There's one about you can't
always get what you want.
You can't always. No. Kravitz knows a little old Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones and a Gilligan's Island reference. I'm officially a boomer now.
You can't discover new oceans unless you're not afraid to lose sight of the shore.
Yep. That's what Christopher Columbus told himself when he discovered America accidentally.
Yeah. Before he got canceled.
Are they still teaching Columbus in schools?
I think they might again now that now that Presley Trump's in office. He's been uncanceled.
Right. Yeah, we're putting Columbus back in schools.
In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
It rhymes. All right, today's text question before we get ourselves canceled or deported. Let's see.
Shouldn't laugh.
The day the music died. That is the text question.
Do you know what that means, Kravitz?
Well, that is a song.
No.
Okay.
It is it's a verse in a song. The great Don.
But is it about this story?
Yes, it's about this story. Bye Bye Miss American Pie, Don McLean. The day the music died. February 3rd, 1959. Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. They were three of the biggest stars of early rock and roll. They got into a plane in Iowa. It crashed in a snowstorm in the Iowa cornfields. They all died, and it set off. It was like the biggest musical tragedy ever at the time. These three stars died, and boom, they termed it the day the music died. And
so, what's the anniversary? How long ago?
February 3rd, 1959.
Wow.
By the way, do you know who Waylon Jennings is, right?
I've heard the name.
Waylon Jennings is a famous, legendary country singer. At the time, he was a bass player in Buddy Holly's band, all right? And he was supposed to be on the plane. And the Big Bopper had the flu. So he said, you go ahead and take the plane. I'll just ride with the roadies in the truck. And the Big Bopper, got the seat, the fatal seat. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So the text question today is musician's death that hit you the hardest, and perhaps a little backstory on that as well. I don't know if I can come up with one off the top of my head.
Really?
I'm going to have to really think about this. Musician's death that hit me the hardest. I mean, when Biggie and Tupac died, that was pretty tough, but I also was very young when that happened. I haven't experienced a lot of music deaths. Michael Jackson's was, but he was so controversial too. I'm going to have to think about that.
To me, it was Leonard Skinner because, again, back in my high school days, it happened when I was in high school. They went down in the plane crash. And, yeah, Southern rock was at its height, and Leonard Skinner was at the top of the Southern rock. They were putting out great albums, and then they go down in the plane crash. They were from Jacksonville, obviously, so all the teenagers in Florida sort of, that was our band, Leonard Skinner, because they were from Jacksonville. And, that was. In fact, a little story. I moved to Jacksonville to work at the Florida Times Union, and every Christmas Eve for I was there 4 years, I would go by Ronnie Van Zant's grave in Orange Park where he was buried, and I'd leave a can of Budweiser.
Oh, isn't that
on his
sweet?
grave.
That's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. Not no Bud Light either. Red and white Budweiser.
Jaden, you were pointing at the TV screen. Art's TV is black over here. I need to turn the cable back on. But what happened? Did Giannis get traded?
Vooch got traded to the Celtics.
Nick Vucevic on his way to Boston.
Who'd they get? I can't say Anthony Simons.
Anthony Simons? Ooh, interesting. I would have thought they'd been higher on Simons than that. All right, we'll dig into that. Coming up next, your texts, your talkbacks from the first hour in the show. Don't go anywhere, Gameheads.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
The big game is coming up on Sunday. And do not be surprised if a play on special teams determines who wins. A big return, maybe, a block kick, a perfect punt that pins the other guys deep. In your financial life, special teams are the unexpected plays like sudden market drops or inflation spikes. That's where Trajan Wealth comes in. They're constantly monitoring the field, ready to adjust your plan so you can maintain and grow your wealth no matter what comes your way. I've got my own special team now after moving my old 401k and other assets into a portfolio Trajan Wealth built just for me. Founder Jeff Jr., I've told you, he's a Marine veteran, and he runs Trajan Wealth with the same focus, adaptability, and mission-first mindset he learned in the service. And just like football, preparation is everything. Call Trajan Wealth, 407-204-0300. Tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Your freedom is everything, and the Trey Flynn Law Office is here to preserve it when the stakes are high. Trey is board certified at the state and federal level and is committed to winning and working for you. Trey is a trusted member of the Central Florida community. He's as polished and experienced a lawyer as you will find, and he's got all the stats to back it up. In sports, bad calls change games. In court, they change lives. Call Trey Flynn Law when you need a win in the clutch. 407-557-6350 or visit TreyFlynn.com.
Traveling in Orange County, State Route 520, eastbound at Maxim Parkway, there's an accident there that's blocking the left shoulder. Slowdowns on I-4 westbound between 192 and 429, and lots of company as well on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Luxe Value menu has 10 indulgencies for $3 or less. From the opulent new mini taco salad to the decadent beefy potato loaded griller. That much Luxe could have you expecting a maitre d' at the drive-thru. At participating Taco Bells, while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Tax extra.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at StraightTalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
The Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy.
Team USA, we are ready to roll.
Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock.
It's time to bet, win, and connect in 2026. If you think you know the market better than your friends and peers, Better Edge is the place to profit off of that advantage. Better Edge is a social betting marketplace trusted by over 35,000 bettors, including me. Better Edge is where I first discovered that you can actually churn a profit betting on sports. With the best odds and prices anywhere in the market, it's a no-brainer for sharp sports bettors. Use the promo code BeatBrandon at sign up for $20 upon your first arrival. It's betteredge.com or the Better Edge app.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our Cigar of the Week. And man, this week's Cigar of the Week is from another incredible maker. It's the Romeo by Romeo y Julieta Magnum, and this is a closeout sale, so another great deal from our friends over at Corona Cigar. And of course, this gives you everything that Romeo y Julieta is known for: Dominican binders and fillers, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. These come together to produce this medium to full-bodied cigar, tons of flavor, coffee, pepper, dark chocolate in there. And actually, in 2012, this was the #3 cigar of the year with a 94 rating. You can't beat it at $122.95 a box. That's 60% off. Grab a box of these today. They will sell out. It's the Romeo by Romeo y Julieta Magnum, and it is your Cigar of the Week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you
Everything is telling you that the Patriots are going to struggle offensively in this game.
Yeah, I think it's an under game. I think it's a lower score. I think it's 27-23.
Everything is telling you that the
Do I like it? No, but I'm not the old guy hanging out on the porch. I like to take a swim once in a while.
Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
This message is for all you couples out there, because when one of you isn't feeling great, energy, performance, or confidence, it affects both of you. At Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, they've got treatments that help both men and women reconnect. For the guys, there's shockwave therapy and the P-Shot, natural, non-surgical ways to boost performance and blood flow in the bedroom. For women, they offer shockwave therapy and Emcella, therapies that improve comfort, sensitivity, and pelvic strength post-menopause. It's all medical, all natural, and it really works. Dr. John Carrizzella and his team know this isn't just about physical performance. It's about restoring confidence and connection. If you and your partner want to feel like your best selves again, together, start here. Go to hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. That's hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
This is Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic, and you're listening to the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
We miss you, Franz.
Come back, Please.
Franz, come back. Another old reference you don't get. Shane, come back. An old Western, the old Western movie Shane. Ever seen it? Ever heard of it? Shane.
Have I seen it, Pilgrim?
Oh, John Wayne.
I've never watched a John Wayne movie.
I think that was Gary Cooper that was in Shane, not John Wayne.
I see. You're not in this town, Pilgrim. The Bulls are sending Nikola Vucevic and a second-round pick to the Boston Celtics for Anthony Simons and a second-round pick. So essentially it's Vooch for Anthony Simons.
What do you think about that deal?
I originally, when I heard it, Jaden was feverishly pointing to the screen. I can't see it because our screen has gone black over here.
We thought Giannis had gotten traded, then it was Vooch.
Yeah,
it's Vooch.
I'm gonna say it was interesting. Your reaction was a little more Giannis-like than it was Vooch-like, but I appreciate you chiming in on that. I get it. It's big.
It's big, especially for Magic fans.
And we follow his career.
Right.
Originally, when I heard it, I thought this doesn't make a lot of sense. Anthony Simons kind of fits what they do as far as being a volume scorer. This is a team that shoots a lot from outside. He fits that identity perfectly. But they are really bad on the glass. They're good at offensive rebounds because they shoot so many threes, they get long rebounds. But
Vooch, he can still rebound.
Yes, defensive rebounding, they're 23rd in the NBA, and they really lack size. They don't have a lot of it. They're a very small team. So I think it makes sense for them.
And Vooch can, I don't know what his three-point percentage is, but he can shoot a little bit.
He can shoot the three, and I think Vooch probably, I would assume, was struggling with the way the Bulls play. The Bulls play, when they have Giddey on the floor, they play as fast as anybody other than the Miami Heat. And Vooch is not known for his speed.
No, he's a bit of a plodder.
Yeah, not a rim runner.
Right.
The Celtics play at a snail's pace and then shoot threes. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And they need guys that can shoot threes and rebound, and he can do both of those things. So the more that it marinates for me, the more it makes sense. I love it for Vooch because obviously Boston, even without Jason Tatum this year, I think is a legitimate threat to win the Eastern Conference, and he only makes them better. I don't really know what Anthony Simons was doing this year. He was just kind of like one of their many weapons in their offensive arsenal. So maybe that's their thinking is we have a lot of offense. We are sort of overrun with our pantry is full with guys who can shoot. We need variety, and Vooch gives them that. What do we see on the text line, Mikey?
Plus, he gets a chance to play with the Caitlin Clark of the NBA.
That's right. Peyton Pritchard. That's the dream. What do you see on the text line? that you
The
would
text
like to react
line.
to?
Yes, there was a text that sort of made me chuckle. All right, because somebody texted, "Hey guys, if you were a degenerate gambler, would you pick the AFC or the NFC in tonight's Pro Bowl?" Kravitz.
Well,
it just so happens we do have a degenerate gambler.
Well, Mikey, it's your boy, Uncle Paulie. I tell you what, we are betting the Pro Bowl tonight. I don't care if they're playing dodgeball or foosball. We're making money. I'm going to bet the team that doesn't have Shedeur Sanders on it. So we're going to go with the NFC to come out on top. I'm not really sure who they're rolling out there tonight or what games they're playing. Can you actually bet on who's going to win? Do you even know what they're doing?
The flag football game?
It's the flag football game?
I guess it is. I don't know.
Justin Jefferson's involved. I think he's pretty good at flag football. I would just go with the NFC. It seems like the AFC mailed it in when they started inviting backup quarterbacks. I think Joe Flacco got invited. So, no. We're going to go NFC. If you must bet the Pro Bowl, we'll go with the NFC. Coming up next, we're going to dip into an early edition of Bet It or Forget It, rattle through the top stories of the day right here on Game On. Don't go anywhere. Back in 60 seconds.
with Bianchi and Kravitz is back. Time to see if they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. Let's get into another round of Bet It or Forget It.
Bet It or Forget It, brought to you by the worldwide leader in peer-to-peer betting. I'm talking about Better Edge. These markets are out there everywhere. Go to the OG, Better Edge. Use the promo code BeatBrandon and sign up for $20 upon your first arrival. That's betteredge.com or on the Better Edge app. We're hearing ads everywhere for these prediction markets that are out there. I've been talking about Better Edge on this radio station for 5 years now.
They were the pioneers of prediction.
When I say they are disruptors to the market, they created an entire industry. So go with the originals and the people that I trust.
They blazed the trail.
That's right.
For Cashy, for DraftKings, all of them.
Cashy.
By the way, real quick,
What's
somebody
up?
texted in, Shane was played by Alan Ladd, okay, my correction. But then they say, and it's Columbus sailed the deep blue sea in 1493. I beg to differ. Columbus was 1492. Google it.
Yeah,
Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492.
That's the way I learned it as well.
Yeah,
I don't know if they-
1492. I know my world history.
1492.
There you go. Thank you.
Especially when it rhymes.
Yeah, and plus the sun is 93 million miles away. Okay?
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. Just a factoid.
That's awfully far. Lately, it feels like it's too far, you know? 'Cause it's
A
so cold.
mile is 5,280 feet.
All right. What else? An octopus has 8 tentacles. Next.
The capital of Vermont is Montpelier.
Yes, that's right. I always remembered that one. Because at the end of the word Vermont is Mont. It's so easy to just roll right into the capital.
I still know all 50 states.
All right, what's the capital of Wisconsin?
Wisconsin? Wisconsin would be Madison.
That's correct.
Right.
Well done.
Yeah.
All right, Jaden, hit the music before Bianchi continues rattling off state capitals.
California, Sacramento.
All right, we'll save-
Montana, Helena.
We'll save that for May programming. Jaden's like, this is amazing.
I'm learning.
What's the capital of New Jersey?
New Jersey would be Trenton, New Jersey.
Is that right? I don't think I knew that one.
Google it. I don't miss my state capitals.
What we got? Jersey is spelled Jerscy.
What did you say?
Trenton.
He's right.
Hey, all right, he nailed it. All right, let's see. Drake May's shoulder has been a big topic of conversation this week. He was favoring the right shoulder after the AFC Championship game. He even lifted the AFC Championship trophy with his left hand, not his right hand. When he got off the plane in Santa Clara, his bag was on his left shoulder, not his right shoulder. Bet it or forget it, this is a non-issue and has been overblown due to our extended period of time previewing this game.
That would be a bet. He evidently, in practice yesterday, he threw his normal amount. Obviously, anything that has to do with the Super Bowl is going to be viewed through a microscopic lens. All right, so I don't think this is an issue. We don't know how he would have thrown the ball in the game against the Broncos because it was snowing out and nobody was throwing the football.
Yeah,
so.
I think he only attempted about 3 passes in the second half of that game. I think back to deer antler spray as the most overblown story week of the
Remember
Super
that?
Bowl. That was the Ravens and the 49ers.
Yeah. And plus, I mean, come on. If Drake May's shoulder it's the Super Bowl, all right? It's the last game of the season. Shoot it up and get out there.
I know. Can you imagine the amount of drugs in that guy's shoulder come game time?
Right.
It's one game. Just make it happen. In the battle of Belichick versus Kraft on the Hall of Fame ballot, they both lost. Robert Kraft was not selected for entry in this year's Pro Football Hall of Fame class. Bet it or forget it, voters are just salty after the Patriots dominated the NFL for the better part of 2 decades.
I'm going to say forget that.
Forget about it.
I really do think after talking to Sam Kavaris last Friday when you were out at the LPGA tournament, he's the Jacksonville Hall of Fame voter. He wouldn't tell us who he voted for, but I think this is what he did because he thought a lot of voters did this. There were you're only allowed 3 votes. There were 5 people on the ballot, all right? Belichick, Kraft, and 3 members of the veteran, L.C. Greenwood.
Roger Craig was part of it.
Roger Craig and Kenny Anderson. A lot of voters, he thinks, voted for the 3 veterans because this was their last chance to get in. Belichick will get in next year. Kraft will get in eventually, but this was the last chance for these veterans to get in, and there's a backlog of players. Another little tidbit, there's a backlog of players because coaches now can get in immediately, and players have to wait 5 years. Why is that? It used to be coaches had to wait 5 years. Don Shula had to wait 5 years. Belichick is immediately eligible. So
I don't know. I don't know why they changed that, but that interview with Sam Kavaris, if you've not heard that, do we have that podcast up? Yes, we do. Up on the Game On podcast page. I was listening on my way back to the east side of Orlando, and it was fascinating to hear that. The Grizzlies have hit abort on their current roster. John Morant, the only remaining portion of the team that had made the playoffs the last few years. Desmond Bane is on the Magic, and Jaren Jackson Jr. was sent the way of the Utah Jazz earlier today. They are now rebuilding around the young guys. Bet it or forget it, this is the launch pad of Walter Clayton Jr.'s career. He was part of the deal and is now in Memphis.
The launch pad for his career. Yeah, I'll bet it. I mean, he's been sent to a tanking team. They're going to be tanking. They're going young. They're trying to acquire draft picks. I think they got 3 draft picks, 3 first-round draft picks in this trade. I think they have like 13 draft picks now or something like that.
Well, between Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr., they have 7.
Okay. So they have a bunch. They're accruing a bunch of draft picks. So Walter Clayton Jr. is probably going to be there. Is he their starting point guard?
I think he'll be their starting point guard.
Yeah, he'll be their starting point guard, and he'll get a chance to sink or swim on a bad team, albeit. But yes, this could be a launch pad for his career.
Yeah, huge opportunity for him. Rumor has it the Clippers are shopping James Harden ahead of the Thursday trade deadline. Bet it or forget it, the Magic shouldn't even pick up the phone for his services because Harden has never won anything in the playoffs.
Bet it. Good Lord. I was thinking about this when I read this story this morning. What is James Harden's legacy? His legacy is a great scorer, no question. A great scorer who didn't really win anything and was just a vagabond who went to different teams, wore out his welcome, and left, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's one thing if you're a vagabond, like Kevin Durant's been a bit of a vagabond, but he won titles, all right? He won titles. James Harden's never won anything.
He is one of the greatest passers in NBA history. If you look statistically, he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, no question.
But everybody gets into the Basketball Hall of Fame. By the way, Ty Jerome probably going to be the starting point guard for the Grizzlies, but Walter Clayton will be not far behind him on the depth chart. Jalen Duren, big man for the Pistons, now joined the slam dunk competition field. Now that we have a semi-household name for NBA fans, bet it or forget it, you will be locked in and even excited for the event.
Forget it. I would have been more excited if Mac McClung were back to try to win a 4-peat in the slam dunk contest. No, nobody cares. Nobody cares about some, okay player.
You know who else is in there?
No.
Jackson Hayes of the Lakers, and Carter Bryant, rookie with the San Antonio Spurs. That's your field right now for the dunk competition.
Pro Bowl games and the dunk contest, do away with them.
Last one, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis joined Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred on Tuesday in supporting a proposed new stadium for the Tampa Bay Rays. Now that the governor of the state is involved, Orlando has no chance of stealing the Rays from Tampa.
Forget
Bet
it.
or forget it.
Forget it. Because, again, Tampa has to get that stadium built. Yes, Ron DeSantis is behind it, but Ron DeSantis didn't say that they're gonna contribute state money to get it built. Ron DeSantis has also supported Orlando. In fact, he said if Tampa doesn't build a stadium, Orlando wants a team. So Ron DeSantis is a politician. Guess what? He'll jump on the Orlando bandwagon very quickly.
His direct quote was, baseball belongs in Tampa. So if he is getting behind it, maybe he pushes some city leaders in a certain direction.
Maybe.
When you're at the highest level of office in the state, you can throw your weight around a little bit. We'll see if he's able to do that.
Yeah.
That is Bet It or Forget It on a Tuesday. Up next, an inside look at what the up and down Orlando Magic are doing lately with the sideline reporter on record. Kendra Douglas joins the show next.
Bianchi and Kravitz. Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Friend. That's friend. Friend. Enter it now at 969thegame.com. And answer your phone if they call. Good luck.
This is the Bulldog. In sports, we know that every great team protects its home field or its home court. The defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder, who hosts the Magic tonight, they're like 23-4 at home, all right? At your house, you also need to protect your home, all right? Florida weather doesn't care if it's summer heat, winter cold, daily humidity, or hurricane force winds. It's coming at you full force. That's why Renewal by Andersen designed their Acclaim Impact windows specifically for Florida homes. These windows are custom built to block UV rays, cut outside noise, and help your AC and heat stop working overtime, keeping your home more comfortable year after year after year. These windows are made of Fibrex material that's twice as strong as vinyl, so you're not replacing windows every few years like so many builder-grade installs. That's how you protect your home field advantage. And right now, during their Happy Renewal Year sale, buy one window or patio door, get the second 40% off plus zero down, zero payment, zero interest for 1 year. Whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or in Jacksonville, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Andersen, where comfort meets quality.
Mental health is important to us all, and it's important to the Orlando Valkyries as well. This Sunday, we can all get together at an event that shines a spotlight on this important cause. Sunday, February 8th at 3 p.m. versus the Omaha Supernovas. It's Mental Health Awareness Night presented by Advent Health. Free Valkyrie stress ball to the first 1,000 fans. One of the league's most dynamic and fast-rising teams, the Orlando Valkyries, captured national attention, and they're right here in our backyard. Be part of the action, and we'll see you at the next match.
Accident reported I-4 westbound before the beach line, blocking the right shoulder. Heavy delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound between 417 and Osceola Parkway. And you have lots of company on I-4 westbound between the beach line and 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
From the opening kickoff to the final whistle of the big game, Bet Online delivers live in-game action, instant updates, and in-game props. Prediction markets follow the conversation. Bet Online defines it. Bet Online. The game starts here.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It all comes down to this: Seattle versus New England. And now you can trade on football legally in Florida on Kalshi. Right now, New England is trading at 33% to win. That means a $100 trade pays out $289 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the odds change, you can buy in and out of your position all game long. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code iHeart to get $20 when you trade 100. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try it.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I see creepy crawlies all over my house. That's why I have to have a pest control provider that doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. You can keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Get yourself a termite bond while you're at it. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi from Game On sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. Burn Pest is a family-run operation right here in our backyard in Central Florida. Go and find them online easily, and don't stress about these pests anymore. It's burnpest.com.
If you want your windows there, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Jesus didn't live passively. He lived on a rescue mission. As we step into the new year, the Daily Pursuit with Tim Tebow podcast reminds us that God has called us to more, to live on purpose and rise as conquerors. As followers of Christ, we're called to do the same, because discipline may be painful in the moment, but it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace. Open your free iHeart Radio app, search The Daily Pursuit with Tim Tebow, and listen now.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. El Campeon, the Champion, it was founded in 1917 and is one of the most storied courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Bianchi sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. I love to rent a boat at the marina and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. And when the day winds down, relax at the spa or one of their fabulous on-site restaurants, including the newly opened Conquistador, born from Mission Resort's Spanish-accented past, complete with handcrafted tile, cowhides, and vibrant greenery, framing a menu of shareable plates, wood-kissed main courses, citrus-bright seafood, and garden-to-glass cocktails. Book reservations for the restaurants, hotel, or golf tee times at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort and Club, your next great escape is closer than you think.
Wednesday, UCF Hoops on the Game as the Knights battle Big 12 rival Houston. Tip time is 7 p.m. Hear every minute on your exclusive home for UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app.
This is Wendell Carter Jr., the Orlando Magic. Welcome back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Big offensive board Wendell, and he will dunk it down. And that's why you put Dell back in the game.
Now time for the latest on the Magic. Let's kick it back to the studio for the Magic Word.
Magic Word today brought to you by IBEW Local 606, proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. The Magic take on the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. We've got pregame coverage starting at 7:30, tip-off at 8 p.m. Doesn't get a lot more difficult than this one. The lovely and talented Kendra Douglas joins us on the hotline now. Kendra, welcome to the show. How's Oklahoma City treating you?
Oklahoma City is Oklahoma City. The guys and I, we all went to dinner last night, so that was good. I got to go to Cattleman's and learn more about that. That's like a thing. So that was good. But, just OKC is going to OKC.
Where does it rank? Where does it rank among the top cities to visit on your NBA travels?
Don't put me in that position. Don't put me in that. The thing is like, I think if like the downtown was more like had more going, I think you'd be like, okay, cool. But I'm surprised that like they haven't done much around here, especially since you have championship team now. So maybe we'll see a little bit more done in the future. But I think that shocks me a little bit. I mean, you see what like Milwaukee's done and how they've just revamped so much because, they've had such a heavy squad. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see a little bit more difference later on.
So what do they have, like tumbleweeds blowing through downtown or what?
I mean, you should, right? Like, you might think that. No, it's like just very spread out. It's just super spread out. That's just it. It's just very like, I don't know how else to say it. It's very spread out. I found a cool coffee shop. That was good. And you can walk everywhere. And I mean, here the snow's starting to melt. So like, I guess you can see like snow if you're like,
yeah, I mean, you got that going for you.
that's what I got going for me.
Every town in America, for the most part, has a spot or two where you can go, you know what, I had a nice little coffee, I got a good meal, and I'm sure that Oklahoma City is no different. So if you're out there, you're from OKC, hey, listen, we're not dragging you too hard. You have a knack for interviewing these guys on the team. Who do you feel has opened up to you the most throughout the season, where you've dug into aspects of their personality that maybe you didn't even know existed?
Good question.
Ooh,
Good question.
I know. That's a tough one. That's really a tough one. Last year, I will say that I think I was able to really find good stories and talk about really interesting topics with Paolo. I think last year was my year where I left and I was like, okay, I'm doing something. Just because he was able to share things with me that maybe Coach K might have told him, when they were going through playoffs, that he wasn't really sharing out loud with everyone, or things that he was thinking about and, wants to help out more. So I think that was one. I think Anthony Black is another one where I came in the same time he came in with the Magic, and so we kind of, I guess, grew up through this journey together, and he's one where I know that I can get some really cool stories from him and talk with him about life and what's going through his mind and how he wants to do things and how he wants to go about his game. So that's probably another one, too.
Speaking of Paolo, Kendra, there's been the rumors and rumblings, and it was addressed by both Paolo and Coach Mosley last week, that maybe they don't see eye to eye on some things. You're on the court with these guys. You're in the huddles. What's their relationship been like in your opinion?
Okay, first off, shout out to P for even addressing that. I listened to it and I was like, okay, here we go. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, they're both really strong competitors and they want to win. And I think if neither one of them are upset with, the certain losses they have, then what are we doing? And what is this team doing? I think both of them really just want to help each other grow and win. And I love that they both addressed it. I love that Paolo addressed it and said, I think he said something like, if y'all aren't saying it, then who is? He was very open about that. And I think that it just goes to show that, not everyone knows what goes on with this team, and it's one of those things where they're just here to compete, to win, and the guys have such a good bond. Like, that's what people don't see, I think. People don't get to see, them after shoot around, just getting shots up with one another, laughing, joking, and like being able to just bond with each other, especially on these road trips when it's so tough and things are going, hard and all that. But I think that's what, people don't get to see is the camaraderie between everyone when it comes to practice and off the court stuff.
Give us a little insight on the new guy, Desmond Bain, and sort of your interactions with him and what's he been like.
Desmond Bain is a guy who I was very shocked to see how much he wants to implement himself within this group. In the best way, shocked. Some guys, they're like, I want to feel it out first. And with him right away, he was instantly like, I want to make sure these guys know that I'm their brother as well. I remember in Toronto, we were on the bus and Mo had said something to Desmond like, thank you for staying back and thank you for, being there. And so I asked Desmond, I said, what was that about? And he was like, well, when he was going through his 3-on-3 workouts to get better and back on the court, I just stayed there and watched him practice. And he's like, I just wanted him to know that I'm here for him. And I'm his brother too, and I want to be there to support him as much as we can so we can get you back on the court. And I think that speaks volumes to his character. I think that speaks a lot to who he is. Talking with Mo about it, Mo was like, that was honestly the coolest thing he could have ever done. He was like, I didn't expect him to do that. And he said that right there. He said, I love what Mo said. He said, you have guys on your team that you're teammates with, and then you have a guy like Des who you want to be around because he does things like that. So that's been really cool to see. And the way he's been playing as of late, too, his last 3 and what he's averaging for the team, like more than 26 points right now, which I know that was, a topic of like, is he getting going? And I think he is. I think the guys are filling him out, too. And it's just been good to have him around.
Kendra Douglas, sideline reporter for the Orlando Magic. We will see you on the screen here shortly. Thanks so much for the time today.
Thanks for having me.
Kendra's amazingly talented. Go and catch her on FanDuel Sports Network for however long they are carrying games. But, her and Dante and the whole crew will be on wherever they end up next. Up next, Mike Giannetti details what is set to be and already has been a very busy NBA trade deadline. That is on the way next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Okay, we're a month into the new year now, and if you haven't done it already, it is time for a game-changing financial plan. Seriously, we all make these New Year's resolutions, and maybe they only last a couple weeks. Well, guess what? Now is the time. If one of your plans is to finally get your finances and retirement in order, you need to call Trajan Wealth today and figure out how to make those promises happen. I've talked about Trajan Wealth for a while now, but now I'm actually a client. And let me tell you, they make retirement planning simple for me. Really, I did it last year, midway through last year. No pressure, no confusing jargon, just clear, honest advice from fiduciaries who actually put your goals first. That's huge, all right? I walked in thinking I was in decent shape. I walked out feeling confident. I walked out feeling prepared, and honestly, I walked out feeling relieved. They took the time to understand what I want my retirement to look like and then built a plan around me, not some cookie-cutter formula. If you've ever wondered, could my plan be better, or am I missing something, get a second opinion from Trajan Wealth. This is the perfect time to reset, refocus, and put a real plan in place. Call Trajan Wealth today, 407 204-0300. Tell them Mike Bianchi sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule that free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need more than just a sign in the yard. You need a pro who knows the market, knows the process, and knows how to fight for you. That's why I trust Kevin Krager with LPT Realty. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, cutting-edge real estate technology. But what truly sets him apart, it's Kevin's strong background in construction. He knows what to look for so that you don't end up in a money pit. Owning a home should be an asset, but it only is if you know what you're doing and if you have somebody on your side that can help you with the process. From foundation to roof line, he's focused on protecting your investment every step of the way, and even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades that you may want, all at cost to his wonderful clients. So if you want more than just an agent, if you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, call Kevin Krager with LPT Realty today. Your future home will thank you.
Friday, kick off the Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy.
Team USA, we are ready to roll.
Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Guys, this Valentine's Day, surprise you with the most personal, most romantic, most meaningful gift ever. Jewelry from International Diamond Center. When you do, the folks at IDC make sure that you've got all the bases covered. Roses, chocolates, a gift card for a romantic dinner. It's the ultimate Valentine's bundle. At IDC, they've put together a special selection of ready-to-wear gifts, from classics like diamond pendants and diamond earrings to stunning new creations from top bridal designers. Italian gold jewelry, rare gemstone jewelry. These are gifts that she will love forever. Let the experts at IDC make it easy. Spend as little as $199 and they'll give you the roses, chocolates, and a gift card for dinner. Or you can finance your Valentine's gift with 0 interest for 36 months. This Valentine's Day, let the experts at IDC show you how to say I love you louder than ever with a gift that shows how much you care. International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall Millennia. Shop online at shopadc.com. On approved credit, it's International Diamond Center.
If you care about predictions, you care about props. And for the upcoming big game, nobody does props like Bet Online. For years, Bet Online has been providing big game markets, sharp odds, and player props built for fans who see the game before it happens. From the opening kickoff to the final whistle, Bet Online delivers live in-game action, instant updates, and in-game props. Prediction markets follow the conversation. Bet Online defines it. Bet Online. The game starts here.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
In the automotive industry, time and trust matter. Miss an electrical problem and it can slow everything down. That's why Napa delivers electrical solutions the pros trust. The parts, tools, and expertise to catch problems before they become breakdowns. That's Napa know-how.
Spice up the big game with a hot box from Dave's Hot Chicken.
This is the Beat of Sports.
We make a big deal about bowl records every year for conferences. I think it's a dumb exercise. It doesn't tell you who's a better conference. It doesn't tell you who's not good, because what the bowls have become, it's an unfair measurement. Some games, teams have few opt-outs and they care and they want to win. Some games, a team is missing 10, 15, 20 guys, don't want to be there, and lost their starting quarterback, running back. What are we measuring? But here's what I do believe about the SEC. I've said it the last few years, and now I think there's more to add. I still believe week in and week out of an 8, soon-to-be 9-game schedule of the SEC is a grind. I do think it's a gauntlet sometimes. Schedules evolve. One you think is tough is not as tough, but what's happened in the SEC, other people can spend money. That's it, man. You can spend this any way you want.
The Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
The Magic will try to get back into the win column tonight. They head to Oklahoma City. Franz Wagner, he remains out for Orlando. He's got an ankle injury. The Rays have acquired third baseman Ben Williamson from Seattle. It was a 3-team trade that sent all-star infielder Brendan Donovan to the Mariners. And NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, he's promising to reevaluate diversity efforts after just 1 of 10 head coach jobs was filled by a minority candidate. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Discover.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Tonight, the Magic travel to OKC to face off with the champion Thunder, with coverage beginning at 7:30 with Magic Tonight. Tip time is 8 p.m. Catch every minute right here on your exclusive home of Magic Basketball. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app. He's the Sultan of Salary, our very own sports financial guru. When athletes get paid, he's our go-to guy. He's Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com.
Mike Giannetti, our go-to sports financial expert, the best in the business. You can find his work over at SpotTrack.com and check out his SpotTrack podcast weekly for full breakdowns of everything we discuss and a whole lot more granular detail. Mike, busy times ahead of the trade deadline. I thought we were going to preview what we might see on Thursday, but we're already seeing it play out right now, so let's dig into it. It looks like the Grizzlies are going with that OKC model of just gobbling up first-round picks and hoping to get an under-the-radar player out of it, perhaps in the mix. 7 first-round picks between Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane. Do you like the way they're going about this?
Yeah, it's an admission of, a bunch of mistakes over the past couple of years here. And when you have a big offer like that for Triple J, you take it, despite the fact that it's going to be Utah. And we'll see what happens, TBD on all that. So nice move there. They're going to clear some space in the process and get themselves ready for the offseason. And, they kind of piggybacked off of what they started with, and then this past summer with Bane, like you mentioned. So it's a compounding situation that could even get further down the rabbit hole if the John Morant stuff comes to fruition as well.
So earlier in the show, we were also breaking down live. We saw the Boston Celtics made a deal to add Nikola Vucevic, and they sent Anthony Simons over to the Chicago Bulls. And I thought originally when I looked at this, I thought, oh, hey, this is a player that they need. They need rebounding. They need size. And then I see your boy Keith Smith talking about luxury tax thresholds, and this is another conversation about aprons. And I thought, oh, yeah, that's right. Foolish to think this had anything to do with a player. Do you think that there was basketball reasons to this, or was this just simply Boston doesn't believe that they should be paying the tax this year because they're not a legitimate contender for the championship?
Yeah, I think the idea of trading Anthony Simons, started with basketball in mind, and hopefully they could get somebody that could help them significantly down the stretch here as one of the surprise teams. But it did get to a point where, hey, let's just get under the apron, which is what they've done here. and get close to that tax. They've still got about $6 million to free up to get under tax. I'm not sure they get there by the time we get to June, but they're clean in terms of the aprons. That helps them maneuver with some buyout situations and things like that. So probably not too much of a basketball move, but you've seen firsthand. Vucevic can be a game changer at times. I'm not sure he's the a starting 5 player for them, but it'll work both sides of the story at some point in time. But this is purely financial, at least to start.
Mike, do you think there's a big market for Ja Morant?
I don't, and I've asked that question of the aforementioned Keith Smith a bunch of times this week. It's going to be Ja Morant with a first-round pick based on what I'm hearing, if they're going to move him out of town, and then maybe they can bank off of it down the road. But no, there's no market right now for a player like that who has sort of put himself into rock bottom in terms of the basketball and the off-the-field stuff. So it's a tough situation, but that's why you're seeing Memphis be aggressive with everybody else on the roster.
Also, my weekly college football question, we saw Darian Mensah, the Duke quarterback, somehow get out of his contract with Duke and sign with Miami. Do we know how much his contract was worth at Duke, and did he have to buy out of it?
I don't know exactly what it was. I'm seeing, about the 10 million number get thrown around quite a bit here. No question, there's a give and take on both sides here. And by the way, I'm guessing Miami paid some of that too, because that's how it works with coaches. So why wouldn't it be how it works with some of these players that are sort of pioneering their way into different versions of themselves every single year? So I'm going to guess that there's buyouts, there's contingencies in place here for Miami and all that sort of stuff. And it's just, I feel like it's a weekly broken record, but we've got to get to a point where there's actual rules with this stuff because it's nuts.
I'm talking to Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com, our go-to sports financial analyst. Back to the NBA. Do you think the most likely scenario for Giannis is that they drive the price up over the next couple of days, they don't trade him, and then they trade him in the summer? Is that the way that you see this playing out?
100%. That's the going rate with these super duper stars at the deadline. Is you start peaking the interest right now, you get all the offers on the table, and then you work to get 150% of those offers when it becomes July 1st, and everybody's involved, and people have cap space, and there's just a lot more ways to slice a loaf of bread at that point in time. So I think they're just kind of putting it out there that this is real without having to rush over the course of the next 48 hours.
You mean like Nico Harrison might have done with Luka Doncic, like something like that?
I think he's he who may not be named at this point now.
Is James Harden in that same book or not?
No, I think this morning was more about James Harden deciding he wanted out and less about Cleveland saying, hey, we could use James Harden. So I don't expect that to get to the finish line, but crazier things have happened, as you mentioned.
Is there a price difference when making these NBA trades when you go pre-deadline versus the summer months? I don't know if you've done a deep dive on this yet, but we see teams get desperate. You would think the desperation would come right before the deadline while teams feel like they're on the cusp of something. Yet and I've done no research on this. This is just purely based off of instinct and gut, that you see trades that are more voluminous for the team trading away a star when it happens during the summer and teams are gearing up for the next season. Do you think there's something to that?
Yeah, I think you're past the draft at that point, so you're already on to next year, which feels like it's 1,000 miles away, right? So you feel like you have more assets. Certainly you have more financial flexibility with the cap and the tax and things like that increasing. I just feel like everything's crunched right now, including, by the way, certain teams trying to get themselves in a better playoff position. So, there's a little bit of leverage there with needing players, but it's really hard, especially now in the current climate with the rules, to get those big $50, $60 million contracts done in this short amount of time versus now we've got 2.5 months to figure it out with the new climate in July 1st. So I do think waiting is the best approach for both sides of the equation here.
And everybody's scared to get screwed too. So, and that's more of a pre-deadline thing. I think that could be something to do with it. All right, before we cut you loose, who's still out there in baseball? Who has been left on the hot stove before we get to the start of spring training?
I got a couple of pitchers in mind, I guess. That would be Zach Gallen, former Arizona pitcher, and then Framber Valdez, Houston Astros pitcher. Both have some red flags attached to them. I bet both end up on a one-year deal on some pretty good teams, but a little bit of baggage there for teams that are looking just to add some depth to that rotation down the stretch here, including, by the way, possibly your Baltimore Orioles.
That's what I like to hear. NFL, NBA, NHL, college, all of that. You can go find it, the latest information over at SpotTrack.com. Mike Giannetti, the best in the game. Thanks so much for the time, Mike. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think when talking about that, the urgency or the amount that you have to give up in the summer, you have to outspend in the summer what you would pay at the deadline. I think about conversations that we've had with Jeff Weltman of the Orlando Magic, where he's scared of, or the reports were that he was scared to get fleeced at the very least. I don't think the Magic give up what they gave up to get Desmond Bane if it was at the trade deadline, but they're willing to do it in the summer. Why? I couldn't tell you. But I couldn't see the Magic or other teams that are in contention giving up a boatload of first-round picks to get that guy, whoever that guy is for them. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Up next, we're going to dig into your texts, your talkbacks. We'll hear from you right here on Game On, the show of the people. We're back in a few minutes.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Got a big game coming up on Sunday, and you know where I'll be. I'll be parked in front of my TV for one, and I'll be on the Hard Rock Bet party on the Hard Rock Bet app. If you haven't tried out the Hard Rock Bet app yet, there's no better time than right before the big game. I think you can even bet the Pro Bowl for those that were asking. New signups can double their winnings for their first 10 bets. That's right. Your winnings are doubled up on your first 10. If you would have bet $100 on your bet, make that $200. Now that's how you get the party started on Hard Rock Bet. I'm not a complicated guy. I like good food. I like winning my sports wagers. That's how I stay engaged all season long. Whether you want to bet spreads, totals, you want to go derivatives, it is up to you. Winning on Hard Rock, the official sports book of the Orlando Magic, nothing sweeter than that. Tonight, I'm on the Orlando Magic +8. That injury report for OKC is thick. The Magic are motivated to get this one, and the Thunder have been a little bit shaky lately. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833 Play wise.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. El Campeon, the Champion, it was founded in 1917 and is one of the most storied courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Bianchi sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. I love to rent a boat at the marina and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. And when the day winds down, relax at the spa or one of their fabulous on-site restaurants, including the newly opened Conquistador, born from Mission Resort's Spanish-accented past, complete with handcrafted tile, cowhides, and vibrant greenery, framing a menu of shareable plates, wood-kissed main courses, citrus-bright seafood, and garden-to-glass cocktails. Book reservations for the restaurants, hotel, or golf tee times at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort and Club, your next great escape is closer than you think.
Emergency crews still trying to clear that accident 408 eastbound before Bumby Avenue. The left shoulder there is blocked. Expect heavy delays traveling through that area. Slow traffic on I-4 eastbound between South Street and Parr Street, and lots company I-4 westbound between the Beach Line and 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Biggie Deals. Choose one of Wendy's new Biggie Deals at $4, $6, and $8. The new Biggie Deals are bigger and biggier than ever. For a pretty biggie deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
If you want your windows
Phone and just text Reese. Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Orlando's signature event is back. The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns to Bay Hill March 2nd through 8th. Experience the new look Michelob Ultra Fan Deck, plus fan favorite events like Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle, Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Briggs & Riley, the reimagined Birdies and Barbecue, and more. Don't miss the PGA Tour's best at Orlando's signature event, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Get tickets today at arnoldpalmerinvitational.com.
At Crush Yard, pickleball is just the beginning. You'll find a full restaurant and bar, arcade games, and plenty of space to hang out with friends. What starts as a few games often turns into food, drinks, and losing track of time. Play a match, grab a bite, catch up, or stay a while. Whether you're competitive, casual, or just along for the fun, there's something here for everyone. Learn more at crushYard.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese. Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try it.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Want to make the most of your tax refund? File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Sports lives on the iHeart Radio app, the home of the Super Bowl 60 tailgate concert presented by NetApp. Big game coverage, the Winter Olympics from Milan, NBC's official audio partner, Fox Sports Radio, ESPN, and sports betting. Search sports on the free iHeart Radio app and listen now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
This is the beat of sports.
When you have expectations, particularly with young players, and everybody jumps on your bandwagon, including the national perspective, oh, what a great young team, and then you're picked on a lot more. You don't pick a side about who's to blame. They're all to blame. It's not just Jamal Mosley. It's Paolo. It's Franz. It's Jalen. It's Desmond. Listen, it is a make or miss league. I don't care what you do. It's not that complicated. If you can't make threes, you can't win in the NBA. And this team has not gotten better over years trying to build this team of making a three ball, so therefore you get predictable on offense, and then you get stale, and then you get body language, and you get guys that point fingers, and that's where they're at right now. And it is a very interesting moment, and I do wonder if this organization would think about a coaching change. Can't fire players, fire coaches. And I'm not saying the Magic are at that point today, but I think anybody would be foolish to think that that's not kicked around inside the office.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
This February 14th, you can make a real difference in the lives of more than 80,000 Special Olympics Florida athletes, happening in Aquatica, Orlando. It's the annual Polar Plunge. By raising funds in Taking the Plunge, you help provide year-round training and support for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Whether you participate on your own, create a team, or involve your school, your commitment empowers athletes to achieve their dreams. Be bold. Get cold. Help build a more inclusive Florida. Learn how you can donate, register, or get your school involved at soflpolarplunge.com.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
This is Anthony Black with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Welcome back to the show. Game on FM 96.9 The Game in Orlando, AM 930 in Jacksonville, and FM 96.5 The Spear in Tallahassee. I had to go to the hardware store today. That's just where I go on the daily. Tools Ace, of course. And because my wife started her car this morning and then immediately saw a squirrel dart out from under her car and thought, I should probably look into this. So she pops the hood, and I'm not outside, okay? So that's why she was the one popping the hood.
Good Lord.
I didn't know about this until I looked outside and the hood was popped, and then I walked out, pretending like I can be of any assistance.
And you kicked
What are we looking at here?
Kick the tires. That looks like a good-looking A-frame you got there in that motor.
Right. You don't mess with the A-frame. No, it's not as detrimental as having a bad B-frame, but it can cause some issues. So the squirrels had made a nest around the engine and had a thing around the battery. Her car still started and everything is fine, but it looks like it's on the verge of collapse because of these squirrels. So I'm trying to figure out how you can repel squirrels in your car.
In your car?
I haven't come up with a really great answer for that, but the folks at Tools Ace were very helpful in my search of whatever it is. I don't know. I've heard cayenne pepper is one of the things that people
they have varmint repellent.
Well, they showed me some sprays and things. I didn't really want to spray my wife's car with coyote urine. So thought maybe I'd go with another option first before we go to the coyote urine.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Super Bowl fun fact for you, Mike.
Okay.
A quarterback with the same letter at the end of their first name and the end of their last name has never won the Super Bowl. That does not bode well for Drake May. His first name and last name ends with an E.
Wow.
The more you know. That's how deep we are. That's how bad I need this football game to show up already, because this is where I'm at as far as my prep goes.
Here's a Super Bowl fun fact for you. Do you know who has caught the third most touchdown passes? Third most Super Bowl touchdown passes in Patriots history?
Third most. This is Gronk and Edelman would probably be the top two. I would think. No, they're not. Okay.
The third guy, Mike Vrabel.
Is it Vrabel?
Yeah.
That's great. That's a good one. Somebody said on the text line, last two conversations, very good. Kendra Douglas and the sports financial guy's name is Mike Giannetti. He's only been on the show for the last 7 years. But yeah, no, they were both fantastic. Thank you for chiming in. Mike asked earlier about musician deaths that impacted you greatly. Somebody said Stevie Ray Vaughan, John Denver.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of the great guitarists of all time. John Denver, Country Road.
Aaliyah. That was a tough one. I was a big Aaliyah fan. I remember when Selena got murdered. That was really tough when I was a kid, because I liked her music and was too young to understand the gravity of that.
Yeah.
But knew that something tragic had happened, and they made a movie about her as well.
Yeah.
That was a tough one. And then there was some.
Well, today is the day that the music died.
Right. You want to tell that story again before we kick it
February
to Fox?
3rd, 1959, Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, Richie Valens go down in a plane crash. Songs were written about it. Movies were made about it. Country mourned for those three early stars of rock and roll. And, yeah, they call it the day the music died. Don McLean wrote the song, Bye Bye Miss American Pie. The day the music died.
If I can guess Jaden Grimes' most impactful musician that passed away, the lead singer of Linkin Park. Would that?
No.
Nope. Okay. Well, that was
Anyone?
I remember Michael Jackson's funeral as a kid. I watched that on TV. They had like a service of his funeral. I remember that.
Coming up next, we are going to dig into this Emmitt Smith story. Why is he not at the table for these Gator decisions, being one of the greatest to ever lace them up for the Florida Gators football team? We're back in 60 seconds.